Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sean Arnold, and hey, have you heard about Final Fantasy IX? Final Fantasy IX is an RPG which was released on the PlayStation 1 way back in 2001 for us in Europe. It's my favourite jRPG of all time, and I've been wanting to do a video on it for many months now. In fact, I remember myself sitting at work many months ago just thinking about what I loved about this game so much. I played this game about maybe 13 years ago, and since then it's just kind of stuck in my mind and as being one of the best stories I've ever been told in video games. I'm going to talk a bit about what I love about this game. This is only going to be a short video, well, not a short video, it's not a full let's play of the game, but I'm just going to be playing up to a certain point, and along the way I'm just going to be talking about what I love about this game. One thing I love about this game is what you can see right now is that we've got this cinematic cutscene, which I know doesn't look great by today's standard, but back in the day this was revolutionary. Also, apologies for the game maybe looking a little bit pixelated or a bit blocky. This is a game which was on a 32-bit console, the PlayStation, and I'm currently outputting it on my 1080i PlayStation. I've tried to make it look as good as I can, but sorry if there's a bit of a box view to it. But one thing I love about this is that as it's an opening cutscene, I think it's one of the very few Square games which actually had credits in the opening cutscene, because back then Square knew they were the best at what they did in this field. They were well received around the world, and although they had competition from the likes of Dragon Quest in Japan, it was the Final Fantasy franchise which really stood out amongst pretty much every nation in the world. Don't want to say every nation, that's the wrong thing to say, but every major gaming region in the world. Back in the PlayStation 1 era, it was really Square was really up there for what they would deliver on terms of having an interactive game being meshed with a fantastic narrative and excellent presentation. Since then, and since Square has become Square Enix, Square has focused a little bit too much in my eyes on graphical fidelity and much less on the quality of their writing and the fun of their gameplay. I think Final Fantasy 15 is going to be a bit of an example for that here. I played the demo for that game, and although the game is fun, I can't say I'm drawn into the way it looks, or it looks like a pretty good game, but the characters look boring, and the story doesn't seem to interest me much right now. Whereas in this game you've got so much colour, so much diversity in character designs. I'm going to be talking over most of the dialogue for this video, but I will read a couple of bits out. This is our main character, Zidane, one of my favourite protagonists in video games, because he's not your typical brooding 20-something, or no, let's say 17-year-old to 20-something Caucasian male who is all about, I'm gonna save the world, but I really don't want to. No, he's just a fun-loving monkey-style character who's very cheeky and knows how to have a good time. So here we go, we're going to go into our first battle now against this weird dragon-headed dude. And this is a really great introduction. This is the game's battle system. This game uses the ATB battle system. I think it's, I don't want to say it's the best version of the ATB battle system because they're all really quite similar in my eyes, but I really don't need to steal anymore. But it's a really simple one. You have your characters down at the bottom right below. They all have their HP stats, they have their MP stats, and you have your ATB gauge. Your ATB stands for active time bar, and when the ATB fills up, you can do an action. And this gets much more complicated as you get more characters which do more unique stuff than just attack and steal. But we're a band of thieves, so that's what we do best here right now. Back to the main aim of this video. What I really hope is, I'm really hoping for two things by putting out a video like this. One, I'm hoping I will either see some comments on this video with people just say, hey, yeah, I used to love this game too, and we can just talk about the game. Or B, what would be really amazing is if someone sees this video and thinks to themselves, wow, this looks like fun, I'm going to go out and check out this game. Although, it probably doesn't need my help really. I think Final Fantasy IX is still well loved against many people that were able to experience it at the time. But although there are a lot of newer gamers these days who will never get to experience games like this, you know, we don't get very many jRPGs or at least high quality jRPGs out in the West anymore, and that kind of saddens me. I feel like it's kind of left an empty hole, and we're getting some great RPGs right now, like Undertale I have to play, and although I'm not a huge fan of it, I do respect the Tales of series, but jRPGs just aren't at the height of their game as they used to be. So right now we're devising our plan, and our plan, just to sum it up briefly, is that we're there to kidnap a princess in a place called Alexandria, but we're acting like we are a theatre group, which they kind of are. They are a theatre group, but they're also being hired to do another job at the same time. And that's pretty much the sum of the opening part of the story. The story gets really, really complicated. Actually, no, that's the wrong way of saying it. It doesn't get really complicated. It has a lot of depth to the story, and every single character, even side characters in this story, has their own storyline to follow, and which is really great, because if you get really interested into a character, you could just find out more about them. And for me, every single character was interested in this game. But the story does take a lot of twists and turns, which I won't really try to spoil here today. But it's a really, really great story. What else is there to say about this game? Back to its image quality and graphical fidelity. Like I said, it doesn't look amazing now, but one of the things which spurred me on to doing this video was reading a thread on a website called NeoGAF. NeoGAF is a fantastic forum for video gamers, and a lot of things get discovered there first. And there is a user by the name of Mama Robotnik who takes it upon him or herself to go into older games and try to discover lost assets or art and bring them to the eye of many new people. And they did a thread recently called The Lost Art of Final Fantasy IX, and what they did was, and I don't know how they managed to do this, because it's a really hard task. I'll explain that later. But what they managed to do is they managed to go into the game's files somehow and dig out the pre-rendered backgrounds for this game. And hang on, shouts out to Hironobu Sakaguchi, fantastic producer. It's a shame that he doesn't work with Square anymore, but absolutely just one of my idols. Anyway, this person, Mama Robotnik, went into the game and got these backgrounds, and now when you look at the backgrounds of the game, yes, they do look very compressed, they do look very pixelated, but when Mama Robotnik did that, the files, and brought them back to their original resolutions, they look absolutely stunning. There is so much detail in the backgrounds of these games. There's so much to look at. Every building is unique. Every building has a great level of care to put into it. You never walk into a place twice. You know, there are many games where if you go into a shop, the shop will either just be either a menu, or it will really just be the same shop with just a few different changes here and there. We just bumped into another character who is kind of important later on in the story, and yeah, no, the graphics just look great. I will show some of the screenshots or some of the images from that thread. I won't show all of them because you know, I want credit to go to that person. I'll show a few in this video, maybe either at this point now or maybe at the end of the video. Probably at the end of the video I'll do it. But I do implore you guys, go and check out that thread. There will be a link in the description to this video, and have a look at just the artwork of this game. It's really, really stunning, because this game, well, the PlayStation 1 can only output on a native resolution of 32 bits, you know, and now we're up to 1080, we're up to 1080, or even bigger than that, we're up to 4K monitors now. So this game won't look as good as it used to, but to think that the artwork that they put into was so much better than it looks on this game is still astounding to me. I don't know why I went into this shop. I don't need to buy anything. And there's lots of secrets in this game. Anyone who's played this game before knows that there are tons of things to look around for in this area, but I'm not going to do so because this is a one-off video. I did think about doing a let's play of this game, but I just wasn't sure whether people would be interested in seeing that from myself. You know, there's so many people that have done Final Fantasy let's plays on YouTube, and I'm sure they're great. Although I am really tempted to play through this game again and just revisit the story. Anyways, speaking of the story, let's talk about the game a bit more. This is our character here. This is a character called Vivi, and we haven't really... Actually, let me try and do this game. Just gonna get sidetracked. I always try to do this game. Let's do a bit of jump rope. 1, 2. Oh, I completely flopped. Ah, that's crap. Vivi is one of my favorite characters in gaming. Vivi, when I was playing this game, I was a teenager, and like many teenagers do, I didn't realize this until I was older, but many people go through this point in their time where they are wondering what they're going to do with their lives. What's their purpose of living? What's their purpose for being on this earth and this planet? What are their goals? What are they working towards? That's something which I kind of struggled with when I was a teenager. I knew what I liked, but I never really knew what I wanted to do with my life. And I think even into adulthood, I was kind of the same about that. And Vivi was a character that resonated with me because, without trying to spoil him too much, I'll just spoil him on a surface level. Vivi is a character that is he questions his existence. He questions the validity of his life, whether he deserves to be alive, and whether his life has any meaning to it. It's hard for me to dance around it without giving too much details, because I do want to encourage people to play this game for themselves. But the way he questions his life over the duration of this game kind of just made me feel connected to the character in a way. He is a fantastic character. Not many characters in the games, in their own games, actually question themselves. Many characters in video games follow a simple stereotype or a trope where I am this character, therefore I act this way. For example, I am the black guy, so I'm gonna shoot guns and I'm gonna have gold chains and I like money and bitches. That's kind of what we get as a it's kind of what we get. Whereas if you have, I don't know, a character who looks anime-ish that wears glasses, he's gonna be, I'm the intelligent dude who knows a lot but doesn't know everything. Or if you're gonna get a very round character who is quite large, is gonna be the guy that loves to eat. But and they never really question themselves, you know. But that's not the case in this game. The characters really feel quite alive, but not in an overbearing way. They're quite easy to get to know and easy to understand, and that's just one of the great things about this game. So we're back to the main story here. We are trying to sneak into seeing the play that Tantalus are about to put on. That's the Thief Band at the beginning, and we unfortunately didn't have a ticket. It was a fake, and so we are trying to find a way in from the rooftops. This kind of reminds me of something which I used to do when I was younger. In the UK here, there's a team or football team called Arsenal, and you know, getting to see a football match is expensive. You know, when you're a young kid from London, you don't have a lot of money. You can't really get work, and so going to see a football match is hard unless your parents take you. And my parents weren't rich. My parents, you know, they had to scrimp and save quite a bit. And one of our favourite teams, me and my friends, was Arsenal, and we used to have relatives that lived near Arsenal Stadium in Highbury. And what we used to do is we used to try to sneak into games, and we were never really successful. One of my friends, I won't name his name, two of my friends managed to actually get in and they met Henri, which I'm completely jealous about. I can't believe they managed to do it and pull it off. But one thing which we used to do is there used to be a block of flats which was quite tall, and what we used to do is we used to sneak into the top of the block of the flats, up to the top row, and try to watch the match from above it. It wasn't the best of views, you could always see so much, but it was always a fun time. So what these two characters are doing right now kind of reminds me of that, and of trying to sneak in to see something. But yeah, so we're here running on the rooftop, and once again, these things, oh well, you're gonna see for yourself. I broke. This is a little bit of a mini game up here. There are some items which you can get by crossing the planks in the right order. Oh yeah, he was asking what our name is. My name is Vivi. Pleased to meet you. And yeah, we're gonna make our way, but I'm not gonna go for any of the items again. I'm just playing this game very briefly and just to show it off. So I'm not gonna get some of the other stuff. We're just gonna follow Puck and we're gonna just make our way into the castle. Yeah, what else can I say about Final Fantasy 9? Final Fantasy 9, there's just so much to it. You know, I've been playing this game. I'm looking at the clock now. It's roughly about 16 to 15 minutes in, and we've had what, one battle. You know, the story and interactivity of the characters is really the main attraction here. I think that's what put a lot of people off who like Final Fantasy games but didn't like this one. If you don't like the story and the characters, then you can't really enjoy this game. But yeah, here we are. The show is starting. All the nobles are lined up to enjoy their show in their fancy clothes. And yeah, we made it. Vivi and Puck are gonna go watch the show. And there's Queen Brane. She is the antagonist for the early part of the game. And there's her daughter, Princess Garnet. How that is her daughter, I don't know. And here is old Rusty Steiner. I love this character here. I used to hate him so much when I was first playing this game, but he becomes a really great character as the story goes along. But he's really hard to like at the beginning. So here's the show. It's starting. It's amazing. Fights are coming out. Do you know what? I even forgot to talk about that. I'm 17 minutes into a Final Fantasy game. I didn't even talk about the music. Who can forget Nobuo Uematsu? He's a legend. Everybody knows Nobuo Uematsu that's into video games. And again, like Sakaguchi, it's a shame that he doesn't work for Square anymore. But I guess that just didn't fit with his ideals. He left to make a company called Smile, and although sometimes he will come back to make certain tracks for later Final Fantasies, he used to direct the music for all of these games. And he is such a creative guy. The man has no limitations. He doesn't have a particular style. He isn't someone that just depends on, say, one type of music. He doesn't just do rock music. He doesn't just do classical orchestral music. The guy does all types of music. But anyway, here we are onto the show. I Want to Be a Canary. It is basically Romeo and Juliet. We have the thief inside who has a man named Marcus that wants to get the girl, and the girl is a princess of the king, and the king doesn't want her to see him. So here we go, one of my favourite songs in the game. I think it's called Feel Thy Blade, but here we go. Bereft of father, bereft of mother, Marcus, thou hast lost even thy love. Fortune hath escaped thee, for what end shalt thou live? Excuse me, my voice. For the sake of our friend, let us bury our steel in the heart of the wretched King Leo. Aye! I hope my video audio is synced up well. We shall back thee, kinsman. Pray, sheath thy swords, this villain is mine alone. Nay, kinsman, for I too have lost a brother to this fiend. What ho? Out, vermin! Away! Thou darest by thy sword before the king? All who stand in my way will be crushed. Treacherous Leo, my kinsman's suffering shall not be in vain, for I shall instruct thee in his incomparable pain. I couldn't keep up with the text there, it kind of goes a bit fast by itself. But here we go, one of my favourite battle themes. I think this is the only time in this game this song is ever used, because Nobuo is such a boss. The guy can just create a song for one scene only, as epic as this, and never use it again for the game. The guy is just incredible. This is a cool battle. You have this SFX menu where you can do these special effects. It actually doesn't do any damage. We're not really fighting, we're actually acting here. We're kind of just setting the show, so I will show these off a bit. Let's use Polly over there, and then we're going to kill them for real. I didn't know this when I was younger. I was actually thought this was a real battle, and I thought I couldn't understand why all these special effects were doing no damage, but then it made sense to me. So there's Medeo. Battles in this game are great. You get so many different unique spells, unique skills, and it's one of my favourite RPG learning systems. where your character, every time your character gets a new weapon, they can learn a new ability, and every time you learn it, you have to then master that weapon in order to master that ability. And once you've mastered that ability, you can swap it out for a new weapon. It's great for encouraging you to want to collect all the weapons in this game, and so your character can be maxed out on their abilities, although you don't have to if you don't want to. So yeah, we're gonna attack for real now. Let's do some damage. Come on, King. Taste Steel. The music in this game is fantastic. It's just so good. One thing I actually should have done, I forgot to do, my apologies. I should have actually gone into the options menu and sped up the battles a bit. You can make the ATB gauge feel faster. They only recommend it for experts, but I don't think it's too hard, to be honest with you. I think the game is quite simple to play, and I do recommend speeding the game up a bit. Just because, yeah, there's no point of waiting around. Let's just get to the fighting part. Wow, you missed, Sinner. King's doing another poly. Oh, sparkly effects. Yeah, no, let's just think. Is there anything else I could talk about Final Fantasy IX? I mean, it's hard to say too much without actually playing through the rest of the game, but the game is just, it's so good. It's just so good. I just love this game so much, man. I'm actually really tempted to actually get my PSP and play this again. Anyway, back to the story. Thou hast not seen the last of me, Marcus. Come back! What? Out of the way, blank. Consider this, Zidane. If Prince Steiner were to marry Prince Cornelia, peace would reign over both their kingdoms. 'Tis foolishness. If all were so easy, why none would suffer in this world? Here's another one of my favourite songs coming after another one of my favourite songs, and that is Vamos a la Flamenco. Again, just displaying some of Nobu's Uematsu style. We've got now Flamenco, I guess that's Spanish, I guess. Maybe even Portuguese, but a completely different style of song for the game. And how here we go to one of the earliest QTE scenes I can ever remember. What's great is that this game doesn't depend on QTE scenes, and this actually feels like it has a worth to it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sell our battle to the crowd. We're not going to go back into the battle mode. We are going to entertain them as follows. So Blank's going to lead. He's going to call out a move, and you're going to kind of press it as quickly as you can. It's kind of like wrestling. In case you guys don't know, when wrestlers fight, they call out their moves or they say, do this. And the better you do it and the better you work together, then the better it looks. So let's see if I can please the crowd. Whew, here we go. Triangle, X, right, triangle, X, left. Your speed also matters for this, so you've got to kind of do it quick. You can't take it too long. If you want to make the battle look fluid, you've got to react quite well. No, I pressed the wrong button. X, up, down, right, down, X, left, down, triangle, X, triangle, up, triangle, right, X, square, up, left, down. Doing much better than that skipping game. Right, triangle, down, triangle, circle, down, up, X, up, circle, up, X, down, circle, down, up, square. Okay, there we go. Let's see how well we did this. Did we do good? Out of 100 nobles watching, 79 were impressed. Only 79%, guys. I cannot stop with 79%. I have to do it better. My apologies if you don't want to see this, but we have to do this better. Let's go. Let's have an encore. Right, here we go. Concentrating. X, right, triangle, X, triangle, X, left, X, triangle, right, down, up, X, triangle, right, left, down, up, circle, good thing I had a coffee, square, up, right, X, square, up, X, down, left, up, right, up, square, oh my god, left, down, X, triangle, right, square, down, triangle. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. No, I did it wrong. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, maybe I can still get a good percentage. X. Oh no, I got a wrong button. I've never got 100%. 80%. Oh no, that's not good. I'm sorry guys, one more time, just one more time. Bear with me, bear with me. Here we go. Triangle, right, X, triangle, left, triangle, X, triangle, X, triangle, right, X, triangle, X, left, X, triangle, right, down, triangle, X, circle, triangle, up, triangle, up, circle, up, X, triangle, up, down, left, square, down, right, X, triangle, up, square, X, square, up, triangle, X, left, down, circle, down. Okay, didn't make any mistakes, but did I do it fast enough? Did I do it fluid enough? What am I gonna get? 96%! Yes! Queen Brownie was quite impressed. There we go. I'm gonna stop there for today. If you get a reward, they shower you with 871 gil. What a great reward. Wow. Okay guys, this is gonna bring me to the end of the video. I'm gonna stop here really, or at least stop end of my commentary. We have used our fight scene to run around the theatre, and now we have infiltrated into the castle. We beat up some guards along the way, and now we are dressed up as guards. Thank you for watching this video. I'm gonna leave you with a couple of screenshots. Excuse me, screenshots from what Mama Robotnik found, and show off what this game looks like in its full glory. But yeah, Final Fantasy IX is a fantastic game. It's a game which I absolutely love, and I am just hoping that one day someone will take it upon themselves to give this level of detail and care to a fun story like this. So I'm going to keep on talking until I can get to the next screen, and then I'm going to fade out to the screenshot, because that will be a really good point to start. So here we are, we're in Alexandria Castle, and yeah, we're walking slowly, and there we go. So thank you for watching as always guys. Thank you for tuning in to the first ever episode of Hey, Have You Heard? Next video will be a brand new video, and hopefully you will tune in for that one too. So thank you for hearing me rant about a game that I love. Much love, take care, and goodbye.